What's up, everybody? It's time for your August 1st, 2016 Raw recap. What's up, everybody? It's time for your What's up, everybody? It's time for the Raw recap for August 1st, 2016. After the last week being one hot week of wrestling in Raw, I feel like Raw went back to the way it used to be. It was very old Raw-like in nature already. But let's get started. We will talk about it as we go. So, first of all, the episode started with this weird last week on Raw recap kind of thing. We talked about how Sasha won the bell, and how people were mad at each other, wanted to fight each other, and all those sorts of wrestling stuff that happens in wrestling. It's one of the... I know they used to do a lot of... They always do those dumb recap things. This one was more like drama. As in, like, if you were watching, like, CSI last week, and then Grissom got locked up. Oh, no, you were watching CSI last week, and Stokes got locked in a casket, and you're like, oh no, what's going to happen to Stokes? They have to recap it real quick. I actually think that wasn't a two-part, it was a one-part. It's not the point, he was trapped. You know what I mean. So this week starts off with the boss coming out, Sasha Banks. Telling everyone how she's the best, but we did this together. I am the boss. I am the champ. I am something. That, of course, prompts Charlotte to come out to talk shit to her. They bicker back and forth like women. Charlotte reminds her multiple times that Charlotte's the real champ. Sasha just has the title for now. She makes a The Rock reference, the movie, not the wrestler. She says, you know, some people take the prom queen home, put a ring on it. Sasha, you're more like a one-night stand. The line from The Rock is, take the prom queen home and fuck her. I am pretty sure that that's what it was a reference to. If not, my version is way better. But in retaliation of Charlotte calling Sasha Banks the championship equivalent of a one-night stand, Sasha reminds Charlotte that her dad is the Magic Mountain oldest ride, longest line, and that Charlotte is probably only actually here because her dad had a one-night stand with some whore that he knocked up and put his Ric Flair semen of life in, where Ric Flair has the genetics of Mum-Ra and will not die, and will be Ric Flair forever. So they piss him back and forth. Jericho gets bored of both of their shit. Does his quiet. And then he comes out and takes Charlotte's side. Starts talking shit to Sasha. Says the only thing she's the boss of is the purple-haired stupid idiots. I think they were also teeny boppers, if I recall correctly.
This could end it in a hurry.
Ah, fuck you. I'm getting thirsty, too.
Look at this.
No, come on, I countered it. No good.
This one's over. You're right, Cole. Nobody gets up from an F5. Wow, now look at it catch him.
This guy, well, here we go.
Quick ref count. Oh, look at that. He managed to get a shoulder up. Well, like they say, Cole, timing is everything.
Get pissed, bitch. You fucked up. So after Charlotte and Jericho make fun of the boss for a while, lo and behold,
massive damage done there.
Enzo Amore comes out to make the gentlemanly save. He walks up to Sasha, says, "Yo, for real, how you doing?" And then he kisses her hand like the Don Bella Nooch that he is. They whisper sweet nothings to each other for about 5 minutes in the ring. And by whisper sweet nothings, I mean they go, "How you doing? How 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 you doing?" For quite some time until Charlotte and Jericho get sick of it. Charlotte points out that she's heard that they're a good couple together. She's heard some backstage rumors about Enzo, that his manhood only has one word for it. They did not spell out soft, but she was referring to that he could not get an erect penis. So I don't know if him and Sasha are going to be a power couple in the future now, or what's going on. But this fucking marble mouth motherfucker. This of course did lead to Commissioner McFoley coming out, doing a intergender tag match, the only way that only WWE can, and that way is to not have the men fight the women like they do in the Indies. So it was obviously Cass and Sasha against Charlotte and, Jericho. So the match was alright. Like I said, they did go back and forth where if a guy was getting tagged in, the other guy would like hot tag his female partner in, or vice versa. The match pretty much ended with Sasha slapping Jericho in the face, getting distracted, and losing the match. So of course Jericho and Charlotte win, but both teams did actually look pretty good together. One thing that was the internet's bitch of the week, we'll call it, after Raw. There's a lot of suicide dives in wrestling now, like what Big E almost does when he almost kills himself all the time. But throughout all of Raw, I think there's about 4 or 5, and even Tommy Dreamer, ECW alumni, tweeted at Enzo and was pretty much like, "Hey pal, please be way more careful when you do that stuff." He's like, basically said, "You're a young dude. I want you to make it a long time like I did." He's like, "Please be safer with what you're doing." The internet is not happy about this. They feel like Tommy Dreamer was giving him shit, but the way that was worded was definitely like, "Hey, I'm worried about you. Please be careful."
Look at this, all
locked
up and nowhere to go. Tendons, ligaments, all under grueling pressure. Not today, too fast. Wow, what a reversal by Lesnar. Yeah, I know they're calling the beast, but that was just beautiful.
I mean, what? So anyway, there's a lot of suicide dives in wrestling now. There was Enzo. I'm not sure I almost said Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Sasha did it. Sami Zayn does planches over the top all the time. Big E does his big man cannonball all the time. But I guess that's the new go-to move. But people are concerned that someone's going to get legit hurt. During the Sasha Jericho bonanza, Kevin Owens came down on commentary. He was helping out the whole time, like the gentleman he is. He borrowed Byron's tie, so he looked pretty sweet with his. What move do I have? Oh, I forgot I have this move for this guy. So Kevin Owens was looking pretty sweet with his KO Cannonball shirt on and Byron's tie on.
Look at this.
I will kill the beast. He was saying that Michael Cole never appreciates him and doesn't value what he does. And Cole says, "Kevin, that's not true at all. There's proof of me saying last week you should have been the #1 draft pick." And Kevin Owens is like, "Cole, you know what? That's right. You did have my back." He's like, "That's why you're smart, not an idiot like Byron is." So for one night, they had a truce.
You can see the wear and tear that this fight is taken out.
They were friends. They were besties in the commentary booth.
Such a brutal physical battle this has been, and it's not over yet.
So after that, there was a Strowman.
He's too good inside the ring to be out on the floor.
Braun Strowman. That's why the name didn't sound right. I'm a fucking idiot.
A direct hit.
He had his squish match, which I guess is gonna be a new thing. Later in the night, Nia Jax had her squish match. So I guess the two beasts are just gonna crush wrestlers every week on Raw now. Her match was a little bit later, but we'll talk about it now. They both just squish people because they are big and the other wrestlers are little.
He did it. What a huge win.
Mark Henry came back to the GM, Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon. Said he wants one last shot at the gold. He wants to make America proud. You know, Olympics, blah, blah. So they book him a match later in the night for the belt against Rusev. But that's later in the night. The Golden Truth plays a lot of Pokemon Go again. They fought the Shining Stars and lost because R-Truth was too busy playing Pokemon Go. But they're falling apart with the Golden Truth again. It's funny that R-Truth plays Pokemon Go, a game where you see imaginary things, since he always had Little Jimmy. But it's costing him matches. The Shining Superstars do not really deserve to win anything. I don't, in my opinion, so they should probably stop letting him do that. So it was kind of a waste. After the Golden Truth did so many good things together, or at least like had a cool couple weeks when they finally bonded. It's all falling apart now. Finn and Seth got into a verbal.
Oh my God!
Daniel Bryan wouldn't do that.
I mean, a vicious assault using the championship, sending a message to the.
Finn and Seth got in each other's face. They're talking shit to each other. Oh, I saw my match. Okay.
This is going to be some
Dolph Ziggler, I'm taking it out on you, motherfucker.
This match has got the hair on the back of my neck standing up, Michael. This is going to be great. Oh, what a swinging neck breaker. Oh, once you get out of the ring, anything can happen. You've got exposed steel, the barricades.
So Finn and Seth argue because they have their match coming up for the belt. Rollins points out to Finn that Finn is like the remake of Seth, because Finn followed in his footsteps and everything. You know, Seth's the original, and Finn's like the Star Trek remake, or the Ghostbusters remake. Seth's the Bill Murray, and Finn is the Melissa McCarthy. And they're going back and forth, and it was pretty funny. The talk downs get old after a while. Finn did say that he would whoop his ass, though, if Seth did not knock it off, for the most part. He said that Seth might have did it first, but, you know, Finn will do it better. All that usual good stuff. Then, on the way out of the ring, Seth tried to cheap shot Finn. So Finn did this weird little floaty kick to cheap shot Seth Rollins first. That's all they really did. They didn't really have a match or a fight. They're starting to cut the promos. And I forgot how Irish. That was stupid. I forgot how Irish Finn sounded, to be honest with you. So it was kind of weird listening to Baby Sheamus talk shit. I do like him better than Sheamus, but we'll call him Baby Sheamus for now. We'll do a move, asshole. Thank you. So Henry and Rusev had their match. Mark Henry had a few good moments of, we'll call it offense, but in the end, of course, Rusev wins. He calls us all horrible cheaters as Americans. And that's why we do bad things in the Olympics, like force the Russians and the Bulgarians not to compete. We're nothing but dirty cheaters. We don't deserve any gold medals this year. That brings out Roman Reigns, who, of course, is the most American. He actually kind of came out to cheers, I guess because he was defending America. And us Americans love when people defend America. They, of course, they dance around a little bit.
It's an amazing atmosphere in this arena.
Rusev gets not one, but two Superman punches. He took the first one, rolled out of the ring. For the sake of argument, we'll say he no-sold it. So Roman Reigns came flying out around the ring to hit him one last time. You would think the fans might be a little more pumped. But no. It didn't sound like it to me, at least. No one likes Roman Reigns, though.
Both of these competitors
not even when defends America against the big evil Bulgarian.
Miracle to keep one of them down. Not a lot of spring left in his step right now. Oh, and he eats the canvas.
Eats shit. What are you idiots? What are those idiots booing about over there?
That he was a decorated amateur wrestler in high school and college. Ziggler was a multiple-time NCAA conference champion.
Come on, get off.
The NCAA tournament each of his 4 years. Even then, a show-off, I'm sure.
So next was a singles match between Titus Young and Darren. Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. For no reason other than, I guess, because Darren Young showed flashes of heel-like nature last week when he was scared by his own hands when he was trying to Bob Backlund himself.
I assure you that hurts.
There we go.
Knocked down. What a shot.
Other than the fact that I missed, that was pretty cool. All right, yes, let's get this going. So Titus and Darren have a match together.
I had no idea that Dolph is
It was won by Titus and Neil rolling up the tights, or a handful of tights, rolling them up. I'm not too sure if having both the faces cheat and kind of snap out now seems a little weird. They are apparently lost with what to do with both of them at this point. No's not trying to do this to Dolph Ziggler. We have to reset this count. Hold, please.
One moment of hesitation, and you can find yourself in a world of hurt.
No, wait.
This might be big.
Okay.
Just look at this.
I was saying,
how we can continue having a match under these circumstances. This is like a street beating.
It's about to get worse, but just wait.
Well, let's give credit where credit is due here, Cole. Ziggler's amateur wrestling record is mighty impressive. You talked about his college days, and when you add to that
charge me
resume of 2 national championships, it makes sense why today in WWE
so the New Day, apparently, to figure out who's wrestling in their matches, they play a game called Draw the Fruit.
And there goes the table.
They throw 2 oranges and a banana in a burlap sack, and whoever draws the banana does not get to wrestle that night. Banana with 2 oranges kind of looks like a dick and balls. That is irrelevant, I guess.
Yeah, I think this is good strategy.
Of course, our dear friend, up, down, down, superstar, Xavier Woods drew the banana, so he did not get to wrestle. The match wasn't really even a match. It was just the club smushing the shit out of the New Day. That was the 3rd or 4th smushing of the night. After that, there was Big E was laying in the corner of the ring on the inside with his legs facing out. The club nut-racked him on the turnbuckle. And apparently it actually, I guess they did it too hard. Because it looked like they did it hard. And Big E actually got hurt, and he has a bad groin injury now. So I tweeted at him today and said, "Hope your nuts feel better, buddy." He did not reply to me, which is a little offensive. But he's probably icing his balls right now. So, you know, it'll happen. I forgive him. Sometimes you just got to ice your balls down. Especially when the jerk club smash him on a pole. Cesaro and Sheamus seem to be starting a feud now. Sheamus' reason for feuding with Cesaro is because it's pretty much the same thing he's done with every other. It's pretty much the same thing Sheamus has done with every other wrestler the past couple months now. Where it seems like they have no idea what the hell to do with him. So instead, he just gets mad and hates everybody. So Cesaro wins. Sheamus hawks out. They beat the shit out of each other outside the ring. Beat the shit out of each other inside the ring. They call the fake referee police out to make sure that, you know, justice is served. But really, other than just because, I don't know why Sheamus is fighting Cesaro now. Really. Don't taunt me, asshole.
And he's heading back in. I can't blame him. Nothing good is going to happen out here on the floor.
No, we're going back out, though. Don't worry.
My neck just watching that neck breaker.
Yeah, I got a much lower pain, but I don't want to talk about it right now.
My balls hurt, like Big E's. So Sheamus anyway. So Sheamus and Cesaro will probably have 5 or 6 matches in a row, at least up to the pay-per-view for no reason, because there's nothing else to do with Cesaro at the moment, I guess. Well, that's really nothing. So they fight outside the ring, and then Heath Slater gets all hyped up, tells them to fight more, says he has a surprise for everybody, he brings back Jinder Mahal. So the one-man band turns into the two-man band. And they're all hyped up. Mick Foley comes out. I hope he bleeds, son of a bitch. Mick Foley comes out and says that they should have a match instead of the two of them being the two-man bands.
I don't agree with you, King.
What the fuck's his name? What the hell's his name?
Today, too fast.
Oh. So Heath Slater looks away from the ring again, starts yelling at Mick Foley. He can't split the two-man band already. They're best friends. Jinder Mahal gives him a running front kick and gets a 1-2-3 on him. So Jinder Mahal is back. much to everyone's excitement, I guess. I don't know. When I heard he was coming back, for whatever reason, I thought of the Great Khali and not Jinder Mahal. I'd actually rather have the Great Khali back, to be honest with you. Because at least he was like the gentle giant. And just weird and funny to listen to talk to. Jinder Mahal is just a guy who is only remembered for being the second man of the three-man band, baby. And I don't think anyone really gives a shit that he's back. I guess he was one of the when they were doing the casting and trying to find more wrestlers because they're doubling up on the shows. I guess he was probably just one of the ones they reached out to, maybe.
The pure cruelty Seth Rollins exudes when he's
if not, I don't know why he was there.
I mean, it's scary.
So after that, Chris Jericho's backstage talking to Tim Phillips again. He does not care that his name is Tom. He says that no one has his back, no one helps him. Kevin Owens comes and says, "We're friends, it's okay." And Jericho gets this weird smirk on his face. He's like, "Yeah, see, I told you. I told you Kevin Owens has my back." So I guess they're best friends now, which is kind of cool. They're probably the two best actual shit talkers on the roster at the moment.
Oh, this spells trouble right here.
So having them together will be interesting. If they actually give them a program together and let them like mess with people. What the hell finisher is this?
We've seen this before.
Oh.
Oh my, someone's getting a taste of their own finishing.
That's why I did that.
Okay. Man, why would they do that? Oh, out of nowhere.
That was anticlimactic.
Oh, wait, nice reversal.
So Kevin Owens and Jericho are best friends now.
Hey,
they
did you look before firing? What an idiot.
I guess with all the shit they've been through together, they're there for each other. They're gonna hold each other lovingly and make sure that they're both okay at the end of the night. So the last match of the night was Rollins versus Zayn. It was another match that had the suicide dives I was talking about earlier. So I understand why people noticed it extra this week, because there was a shitload of them this week. Seems like it should pull them back in the ring, but whatever. So, of course, Seth Rollins wins, but they did have a very good match together. Nothing super special. They threw each other into the railings a lot and a little violent, but as a whole, it was a good match. It was just a good wrestling match. So that, of course, ends the night with newly re-signed Paul Heyman speaking for the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar. He rambled on for 5 minutes about how the Beast is going to destroy Viper in Viperville. Don't talk shit to Brock Lesnar. He 23-1. All the usual nonsense that they do. And that is followed up to an extremely well hidden. I don't know how they hid it on the camera, but they did. RKO from Randy Orton to end Raw.
Seth Rollins has been opened up a bit there.
So he runs out. I guess from under the ring. Cheap shots, Lesnar. 5 refs run down to try to arrest him as well. The referee PD was in full force tonight. They tried to do their best to keep things together, but they did not do a very good job. So Randy Orton goes out in the way of a Shield entrance where he goes up the steps. Steph and Mick Foley come out for some reason. Start yelling, "He's supposed to be on SmackDown! He's supposed to be on SmackDown! Arrest him!" Some wrestlers in their Raw shirts come out to around the ring while... Like... Oh, I can't pause and show you.
Watch out! Oh, what's he gonna do to follow that up?
The wrestlers are down like around the ring area, and Randy Orton would be at the top of this crowd if we're gonna use this game as an example. But they're all screaming that he should be arrested, which is a weird thing. I wonder if he's just gonna like sneak attack Brock Lesnar for a while until they have their match or something else. Who knows? But he sold the RKO out of nowhere like a champ. The camera was zoomed in real far on Brock's face, and Orton must have been waiting for some sort of code word, because as soon as Brock even remotely looked to the side, Orton was there for the RKO.
He's got him hooked.
We'll keep doing this.
Uh-oh, climbing the turnbuckle.
He just won't go down. He's gonna move this time, isn't he?
I mean, whoops.
That's it. Can we get a chair? Can we go get a chair? Can we go get a weapon, little guy?
Emotion on display.
You embarrassed? Taking a timeout? Getting a weapon?
Back between the ropes.
Oh, all right.
Oh, big DDT. That could be it. It is so
but as a whole,
stop that kind of strength.
Raw was all right. It seemed like it was lagging in a few areas. Some of the promos drug on a little too long, like they used to. They are trying to build a bunch of stories at once, though, which I do appreciate. And they're gearing up decent enough for SummerSlam still. They have 2 more weeks, I think, at this point, so we're going to have to start escalating some of these rivalries very quickly. But it was pretty good. It was all pretty good.
You want to talk about incredible? Let's see what
I will give it
incredible matchup.
3.5 triangle chokes out of 5. Does that tell that thing? It was good wrestling. It was a decent way to kill 2 hours. Kind of like this is a decent way to kill 20 minutes. Thank you everybody for watching this though. On Thursday, tentatively, we'll be recapping SmackDown as part of the new Tobes wrestling schedule, where we will talk about what happens with SmackDown lineup tonight. Thank you all very much for watching as always. Feel free to follow me on Twitter if you want, @GirlsHeartGeeks, because that's my old school Twitter handle. I will rock that until the day I get rid of Twitter. Thanks again for watching though. Follow me on Twitter if you want to. I will see everyone in a few days. Lates.